days will come when you don't have the strength, when all you hear is you're not worth anything, wondering if you ever could be loved. And if they truly saw your heart, they'd see too much. You're beautiful, you're beautiful. You are made for so much more than all of this. You're beautiful, you're beautiful. You are treasured, you are sacred, you are His. You're beautiful.
This is Paul Beach, a voice for the persecuted in central Pennsylvania. I work with a series of colleges in Eastern Europe and Asia. The colleges train pastors and missionaries to go back to their homeland. Many of the countries they return to are under Muslim persecution, and a terroristic climate plagues their ministry. In spite of the Muslim extremism, many Muslims are responding to the love of Jesus Christ. Often I am asked the question, how can I help people from persecuted countries? I work with a local ministry, Keys, which is dedicated to helping these students. I can connect you with many ways to financially assist.
I wish I could understand how people do it, how they leave it all behind with the thought of no return. Is this what God really wants of us? To leave our families and responsibilities to fall to the next sucker in line? I can't believe it. I refuse.
Have you ever felt like your life has dried up and become lukewarm, avoiding God's purpose? Like He's allowing you to skate by for a while to see if you decide to let Him change your life or use you like you've never dreamed. How long can you last outside of God's plan? How long can you live with yourself, knowing you were made for something much more?
Hey, Jacob! I have the greatest news ever.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Well, I was talking to Jill today from work.
Wait, is that the one with the glasses or the one with the mole?
No, those are the same Jills. This is the Jill with the snorting laugh.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I got to talking to Jill today and I got to witness to her about Christ, and she said she's meeting us at church on Sunday!
Oh yeah? Snortster wants to go to church, huh?
That's not funny. And anyways, how great of an evangelist was I?
You're the best.
You don't sound too thrilled. Something wrong?
Nah, it's just work as usual bringing me down. Today I heard another one of those missionary commercials.
Which one? Voice for the Persecuted? It's a great organization.
Yeah, it's just the idea of mission scares me, and I don't want to feel like I'm called to do it.
Well, we're all called to do something. That something for you doesn't have to be missions.
Yeah, it just kind of makes me wonder what my calling is, you know?
I'll be sure to keep praying about it, okay?
Okay. Well, let's eat before we're late for Bible study.
Honey, prayer first.
Right.
Then the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw Him, they worshipped Him, but some doubted. Then Jesus came to them and said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age."
This is such a powerful message to believers because it really challenges us to be out there talking about God's love no matter what. There's so much that His love can do and has done for us.
I think this passage is great for people who want to go into the missionary work. Not that everyone needs to, but I feel like if God's calling you to do it, you should definitely listen to it.
In Matthew 5:10 it says, "Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." In old translation, blessed meant happy.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of places out there related to missions work that are pretty scary, and as you go out there, wherever you are, you could be exposed to persecution and maybe even death at times. Yet I do know that God, he guides every situation, and we should be honored to suffer as Christ suffered. And this isn't our home. This world will pass away, and our home really truly is eternity with Christ and with God in heaven.
Is this my calling, Lord? Because I don't want it. Please, just give me something else. This isn't what I'm cut out to do.
Jay, my son, I have known you since before your existence, so please do not doubt what I have made you for. I know that you think this isn't what you are cut out to do, but I tell you otherwise. I made you with the strength and the courage. With me, you will be a missionary. Don't be scared, for I am with you every step of the way.
It's just a dream.
No. It was God.
Wait, what?
He shared his plan for me.
Let's just talk about God's plan in the morning, because this is just a little bit too much for me right now. Let's just go back to sleep.
Lindsay, this is God, and what your husband says is true. And I need you to be supportive of him because your influence is important. Know that this is my will, and that I love you and your husband, and that your husband will accomplish great things for my name.
I'm sorry for making fun of you last night, but God talked to me and he told me you're gonna do great things, and I just want to let you know that I'm behind you 100%. Well, maybe 98, just because I'm scared.
But why me? I'm nothing special.
Do you remember David and Goliath?
Yeah, he slayed the giant.
No, that's not what I'm getting at. He was the most insignificant person and everyone doubted him.
Yeah, I get it. He conquered all of his obstacles. He was awesome.
You need to listen and stop interrupting me. God has a habit of using the most unlikely people for the most important tasks. See, this is all about God finding the strength in your weakness. Don't doubt it, embrace it.
Hey. It's good to see you.
So, what you left on my answering machine, it sounds like some pretty crazy things are going on in your life. What's up?
Lately a lot of stuff's been going on, and with everything that has been going on, I heard your commercial, and I feel like God is calling me to join you in your mission and what you're working with.
If this is true, I'm going to have to inform you of some realities that happen overseas.
What do you mean?
Persecuted church work is really different than what happens in the United States. The United States is kind of comfy, and when you go overseas, something really bad could happen.
Okay.
The reality is that it's nothing like New York City or Washington, D.C. Places like that, like you get made fun of maybe, or they'd throw away the Bible, the New Testament you gave them. Over there, there's honor killing, there's people that are sex trafficked. Men are beaten for talking about Jesus, sometimes thrown in prison or detained for 2 or 3 days with no food or water. It's really kind of crazy, and you kind of need to know that those kind of things could happen to you.
Okay, now I just feel like you're trying to scare me out of this.
No, I'm not really trying to scare you. I just want you to know that if something bad happens, you're going to have to be prepared for that. You know, some people God calls to do crazy things. How could somebody know about the love of Jesus if somebody didn't go? But just in case something really bad happens, I want you to go home and I want you to write a letter. When you're writing your letter to your family, your friends, your wife, I want you to put some stuff in there about if something really bad happens, what you'd want them to know. That you love them, that you care about them, and that you were doing what God called you to do.
Well, everybody's got a story to tell, and everybody's got a wound to be healed. I wanna believe there's beauty here, 'cause oh, I get so tired of holding on. I can't let go, I can't move on. I wanna believe there's meaning here. How many times have you heard me cry out, God, please take this? How many times have you given me strength to just keep breathing? Oh, I need you, God, I need you now. Standing on a road I didn't plan, wondering how I got to where I am. I'm trying to hear that still small voice. I'm trying to hear above the noise. How many times have you heard me cry out, God, please take this? How many times have you given me strength to just keep breathing? Oh, I need you, God, I need you now.
Hi, Paul. Where's Jacob?
To my beautiful wife, Lindsay, this letter was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. To imagine leaving you behind almost killed me in and of itself. But know that this was God's will and that nothing happens outside of that. I love you and I always will, and God will take care of you until we see each other in paradise. Please don't hate God. We both knew that this was a possibility. I love you forever. To my family, be happy for me, for I got to serve our God to the fullest extent, and that I was deemed worthy to die for his name. Worship him for the task that I was given, and never stop worshiping him. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Remember what Matthew had to say. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who came before you.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Voice for the Persecuted. When we originally shot this video, its intention was for live presentation only, but we really liked how it turned out. We wanted to use it as a movie as well, but we realized that without the live presentation, some parts of the movie could be a little confusing, so we thought we'd have a little back and forth in which we could maybe clear up some questions that you might have regarding the purpose of this story. So the last thing you guys just experienced was Jay dying and his funeral. What was the lesson here in the movie with Jay ultimately sacrificing his life?
Well, we wanted to show the worst case scenario, not necessarily say that everybody who joins missions is going to die. That's not what we're trying to get at, but the idea we were trying to grasp was the heart of a missionary. We want them to be able to say, I am willing to go that far. I am willing to put my life down for Christ's sake, because that's what he did for us. Not everybody that joins missions is going to die in the field, but the idea that it could happen, the realization you need to be ready for that and be fully in it no matter what.
Okay, so knowing that you needed to use that extreme to make a point, it's safe to say that you knew Jay had to die when you were initially writing the script.
Yes.
Okay, and how exactly did you come about writing this script? This person who is struggling to find his place with God and ultimately joining missions and giving his life in missions.
It was an interesting process because it's nothing that came from me. I was on my way to my parents' house, and God thought it'd be convenient to show me a movie. And that movie ended up being the one that you just saw. He showed it from start to finish, and I did my best to duplicate exactly what he showed me. I actually saw it, went to my parents and said, Dad, give me your laptop. I need to type this up. And he had no idea what I was talking about. And I typed it up. It took me about a half hour to try and put it all on paper. And then I let him read it, and he's like, do you really have to die? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I don't know if I want to watch this. But yeah, so it was definitely a God-ordained movie. He said, I want you to make this movie, and I want you to use it to benefit the organization that we've been talking about. So,
well, that is an awesome story, and I never get tired of hearing it. I guess the only question left to ask then is, what can our viewers do to better support Voice for the Persecuted and their missions?
Yes, they can go to www.keyscolleges.com. There will be options for donating. There's a prayer list. You can learn what the whole entire ministry is about and all their different facets. So feel free to check it out. There's tons of great stuff there.
All right. Well, thank you for being my best friend and giving me the opportunity to help you with this video. And thank you guys for watching. God bless.
God bless.